Hello, Aisha.
Hi, Garrett.
How are
Good
you?
evening. I wanna say I'm fine, but actually no, I'm
What's
not
wrong?
fine. It's
What's
like
wrong?
this like situation in Taiwan is not very good right now.
I heard it's bad. There's so many cases in New Taipei City, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because like I just finished my quarantine for 14 days, and when I just finished on the same day, the cases increased to 180, and the next day it's like double. It's like 330 cases. I was like, what? So all my plans have to be suspended because I was planning to join some like yoga classes and hang out with my friends, a lot of gatherings, like a lot of dinner meetings. It's all be canceled.
All cancelled. Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
Sorry, and I moved back to my father and my brother's house.
Yeah, I see. You're in a different location.
Yeah.
Is it good to be home? No, good to be back in your home.
Well, it's hard to say because like it's so funny because my father he's so afraid of me. So and he's like New Taipei City is so scary. So he escaped to his hometown, which is located in South Taiwan. So he escaped. So it's like only me and my brother.
Why is the internet connection broke a little bit? Why is your father afraid of you?
Well, I think he's not just only afraid of me, he afraid of all the environment. I'm sorry about my poor Wi-Fi. I'm sorry about it.
That's okay. No problem. No problem. I thought maybe you must be very mean to him. And he's like, oh, Aisha is here. I need to go away.
No, because most of the cases which happened in Taipei and New Taipei City.
Mhm.
So compared to South Taiwan is more right now is safer.
Right. So what's the, like you're saying there's 380 odd cases each day at the moment. What's the government done? Like, are you under a lockdown environment? Like, are you able to go outside? Are you able to go move freely, or are there restrictions placed upon you?
So we haven't reached the lockdown standard. So we lay off 4 classes, 4 levels,
Mhm.
and the fourth is lockdown. But right now we are within 3 level, third level.
You're on level 3, right?
Yeah, level 3. So we can still go, definitely can go out, but which is not really recommended. Only if it's like really like emergency, very essential.
Yeah,
But,
essential only.
yeah, but all the schools already suspended.
Mhm.
But not every company is going to have work from home. I think still some company they still ask the staff to go to a company. I think it's like totally unfair.
Yeah. I guess if like in Australia, Melbourne went through a similar situation as New Taipei City, and the CBD completely closed. However, there was, and like most people just worked from home. However, there were some companies that required staff to go to the office still, but they made it. They made the staff members go to the office in shifts. So
Oh
only
yeah.
you would go to the office, and then they would leave, and then others would come. So there's never too many staff members in the office at one time. Um, so that only occurred with people that, or with companies that had to have some people in the office. But if they had staff members that could work from home, then that was the direction: work from home.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think some company they also do the shifting.
Yes,
Yeah, because yeah, because like and not only the pandemic happens in Taiwan, we have another accident happen, which is a power cut.
oh,
It
really?
yeah, it happens just on the center of the pandemic outbreak. So everyone is like, what's wrong with Taiwan right now?
And it's not getting any news coverage. Like the only reason I heard about Taiwan is I had last night's class with Grace. Grace was telling me about it as well. That Taipei is quite bad at the moment. Other than that, it's not on our local news here about Taiwan. Yet 12 months ago, when the pandemic was starting to grow around the world, where there was often reports coming out of Taiwan saying, "Oh, how wonderful Taiwan has done! Like Taiwan has done so well to suppress the virus. Like their measures of containing it and not allowing it to enter into their society was praised around the world." Um, so how has it got in this time? Do they know how this started?
Actually, I think there are several sources of the virus. So the one is pretty sure is from the Kapiku from Foreign Airlines,
Hmm.
but other two sources were more sources. They still cannot find out why and how and when it started. So which is very scary because it's
Yeah.
like it spread so much, and the mainstream for the most outbreak cases is happening in sexual KTV.
Ah, really?
Uh, yeah, that one is very serious because that area is famous for that kind of industry.
Ah,
So if one people get involved, when people got infected, it's banned. It's banned. It's banned.
it spread. Yeah.
Yeah, it's spread. So and no one want to admit they have been there. Even
Gotcha.
if yeah, one cases, I think he definitely visited one of the sexual KTV, but he didn't admit, and he told nurse and doctors like, oh, he doesn't have any family members, but actually he does. He hide, he lied, and which is very serious, and actually he's a confirmed cases, and because he hide, he been to the places,
Yeah.
so he let all the people
Okay.
get infected, at least for 7 people,
Yeah.
and 2 people because of him died.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's so selfish, so selfish. A lot of I think a lot of selfish person is lead to this pandemic.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when you're, a lot of people don't want to be asked where they've been. They don't want to retrace their steps. They don't want to admit of where they've been or what they've done. Um, the same problem here as well. If ever a case is found, they don't want to admit of like where they've been all week because we find out now lots of people have secrets.
Yeah, definitely. Because like, yeah, if I think he definitely married.
Yeah.
It's so I understand personally. I understand why he lied, but in the situation like this, a pandemic, if you lied, you just put yourself in danger.
Exactly. You're just creating a huge, huge issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not good.
Yeah, so I feel so depressed because I
Mm,
yeah, legally I already out of the quarantine regulation, but physically I still cannot do anything.
nothing's changed. You're stuck again.
Yeah, starting again. Like yes, I can go out for like grocery shopping, but
Yeah,
it's not like a normal life.
and seeing
Just
your friends or
we yeah.
mm, no, it's not good at all. So, what have you been doing with your time?
Actually, the same thing. I do exercise twice daily,
Hmm.
and study a little bit, prepare for the job seeking, and yeah, lots of another one for quite disappointing, and because most of the company already work from home, I don't think they require much manpower, or they probably suspended for recruiting. So
Right.
because I last week I got an interview notification, but I don't think they were like perceived for like within this week.
Hmm.
Well, probably they were suspended for a while.
Right. Oh, shame. So, there's no real job prospects for you for a while until the pandemic settles down.
Uh, I think I can still like prepare for a resume. I can still like try any opportunity, but I can see the chances is very few.
Yeah. Yeah. So with your work opportunities, like, because you've been a flight attendant for 7 years, right? That's how long you were a
Yeah,
flight. So
yeah.
now you want to change career. Like, do you have a degree or a major in anything else, or all your qualifications is in the travel industry? Do you need to go and study? Do you need to maybe change, like go back to university to learn something so you can apply for other jobs, or what's?
Actually, not necessarily. If I, it really depends on what I want to apply for. Because
Yeah.
my target is like headhunter. I want to be a headhunter. So they just require like your personality. And before being a flight attendant, I was the international sales associate. Um, so in the IT industry. So because like headhunters, they focus on like IT industry as well. So actually, I also have few experience can apply to it.
So you want to be a headhunter? This is new to me. You didn't know. So describe, like, explain to me. What do you mean by this?
Oh, headhunter. Headhunter is like if one company they require, uh, like they really very urgent want the new recruitment, but they cannot find the person meets their requirements, like software engineer. Yeah, mostly software engineer.
Yep.
Because which is a huge opportunities, and there are a lot of company they are like to has I would say this kind of talent is very limited, but there are lots of needed, a lot of demand for this kind of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they really want someone to help them to find out the candidates.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, what is a headhunter doing? So headhunter need to like scan a lot of resume, and maybe ask their friends to spread the information. Oh, you want to change your job? Are you looking for that job opportunities? So they can provide thousands candidates resume to the company, and
Mhm.
company, if they satisfied with a resume, they will ask, oh, can you arrange the interview for me? So
Mhm.
headhunter will arrange to do the mutual communication.
Right. Okay. Interesting. So, if you are a headhunter, do you work as a contractor or are you employed by a recruitment agency?
Oh, I'll recruit by the recruit agency.
You'd be the employee of a recruitment agency.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Why do you want to do this? Why that's you said that's a very specific role that you're looking for. Why? Why does this interest you?
Oh yeah, because like I think that is the job you can like still like connect with people. Yeah, and just not mention about the pandemic. Like if their daily work is like you will have a lot of opportunity to talk to people.
Yeah.
Probably you interview to have a chit chat with them. I think that's kind of interesting. That
Interesting.
life is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. That's cool.
And
Yeah. Sorry. You go.
it's a kind of a service as well. They provide a service
Yeah.
to the candidate.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So could
They
you?
won't charge for the candidate.
Yeah. Would you also sometimes like infiltrate companies and like find, oh, that person would suit this role perfectly and approach them like indirectly, like maybe discreetly chat to them so that the manager or someone doesn't see that you could talk to them and say, hey, would you be interested in working in this position in this with this company, and literally headhunting, like that's what headhunting means, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Would you do that?
Uh, because I'm not the official headhunter right now. I'm not sure.
That's is that what that does that involve, like is that what the job requires you to do? Oh, I think I've lost you, Alicia. I think your Wi-Fi has dropped out.
Well, sorry,
Oh, you're back.
sorry about my poor connection.
No worries, no worries. Is
I
this
should go back. Yeah, I should go back to my mom's place.
maybe. Sorry, you were saying that the job, like I was asking, does the job require you to do that? Sometimes be like stealth and go into companies and pick out people that would be suited for another company.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, interesting. So sometimes people would like see Ahisha coming, like, oh, get her away from here. She's stealing our gigs.
But I don't think they would just go direct to the company. They would just call, message.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Ah, cool. Interesting job. Job job title, job type of job to go for. Interesting. Yeah. Are there like lots of positions available in this role? Like you said, you like applied for some, or do you see a big demand for headhunters?
Yes, I think so.
Mhm.
Cause I just browsed the LinkedIn opening positions. Like I think there are quite a few, but definitely they ask for the experience
Yeah.
headhunters. I don't have any experience, but I think I also serve in the service industry. That's kind of skills as well. So
Yeah.
I think I will give it a try because like I last week I got a phone call from a headhunter agency. Actually, I haven't replied. I haven't applied any of the company yet.
Yeah.
But they activate they actively call me first. So which surprised me. So I think probably they are really in demand.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's good though. And maybe you
Yeah,
have a impressive resume as well.
I hope so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on because
Mm.
like it's like kind of stuck in this period because like yeah, maybe because of a pandemic, so
Yeah.
they were suspended. But well, I should be positive because like on the same time, I also have to prepare for the resign procedure, which is very annoying.
Mhm.
A lot of things to do, a lot of errands to run. So
Yeah.
probably I just take time, count down, not to rush.
Rushing into anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I hope I hope you find the perfect job that suits
Thank you
you.
so much.
Yeah. So Ahisha, our topic tonight is travel, as you know.
Yeah.
And did you watch the video?
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah, on Cairo. Have you been to Cairo?
No, not this time.
No. Yeah.
No.
What did you think of Cairo? Like, what's the
Um,
video? Like, do you think it's a place you'd like to visit?
oh yes, because I really want to go, but the first reason is our company we don't have a direct flight.
Ah, right.
Yeah, so I've been to all the Middle East cities,
Catholic.
but we don't fly to Cairo.
Really? Where does
Yeah,
it fly to? Like in the Middle East?
we do have Dubai,
Uh-huh.
Qatar, Saudi Arabia.
So you've been to all these countries?
Oh yeah, and I also visit Jordan.
Jordan as well.
Yeah,
Tell
but
me,
not Cairo.
as a female, how did you find going to Saudi Arabia and Jordan?
Oh, Saudi Arabia is very strict, but
Yeah.
Jordan is okay. Jordan is very friendly place. I would say that.
Okay.
But definitely, if I travel alone, it will be it will be quite dangerous.
In Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, definitely. In Saudi Arabia, I don't think I can like go outside alone.
Really?
Yeah, because like if I think I went outside alone, but it's like shuttle bus bring us to the supermarket directly, and that supermarket is for foreigners. So I feel safe. But if I go out by myself on the street, if on the street, I don't feel safe. So that's I only been to Saudi Arabia once, So I want to do some sightseeing. I just asked a topic crew. Oh, he's from Australia as well. I said, can you be my husband today? Because like if the policeman approach us, they will ask our relationship. If we are not really in marriage status, they will feel so suspicious. So I have to ask, oh, could you pretend my husband?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. I have quite a few students that I used to teach from Saudi Arabia, and I was really interested in actually visiting there because it seems like such an interesting place. Like it's such a developed country in so many ways, and yet it's so backwards compared to other civilizations. It's such an interesting place. But if I was a female, I don't think I'd want to go there. I think as a male it's easier, but as a woman, I wouldn't feel comfortable. That's why I asked.
Yeah. But there are a lot of like helpers like from Indonesia and from Philippines. So I think they got used to see like foreign faces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But definitely not like go outside on the street alone. But if you go grocery shopping, like in the department store mall, and I would say Saudi Arabian, they are so rich. A lot of women you see they cover from head to toes, but they wear what they carry is very expensive bag.
Yes.
And they have a lot of diamonds, gold, bracelet. They are so rich.
So rich, yeah, they are. Yeah, unbelievable how it's all the oil, isn't it? The oil that they're in, the oil that produces is where they get all their money from. Yeah. So if you went to Cairo, what would be actually? Let's watch the video just to recap, and then we'll discuss it some more. Just I'll share it. Okay.
Cairo is a city of choreographed chaos and hypnotizing charm. Founded 1,000 years ago by the Fatimid dynasty, it's the political, economic and cultural heart of Egypt. Straddling the banks of the River Nile in the far north of the country, the city wears its history on its sleeve. From the Babylon fortress and Roman tower ruins built in 100 AD, to the resplendent mosques and mausoleums, like the Al-Azhar Mosque, built at the pinnacle of the Islamic Empire. On the southwestern edge of the city are the pyramids of Giza, the oldest structures of all, dating back to the days of the pharaohs. Guarded by the Sphinx and hordes of camel drivers, the pyramids tower over Cairo's urban sprawl and the desert beyond. The Egypt Museum at Tahrir Square houses the world's greatest collection of Egyptian antiquities. Built in 1897, it contains more than 120,000 artifacts, including the Tutankhamun collection. Unlike much of the rest of Cairo, Al-Azhar Park combines inspired architecture and thoughtful urban planning. The park opened in 2005 and is a gift to the city from the Aga Khan. Its fountains and water channels reference classical Islamic gardens and are a great place to cool off on a summer day. The city's commercial instinct reigns supreme in the souks, where bargaining is part of everyday life. Jaded travellers often dismiss Khan al-Khalili as a tourist trap, but Islamic Cairo's Great Bazaar is still a fine place to haggle for souvenirs and semi-precious stones. Stop by El Fishawi Coffee House to smoke a shisha, the bubbling water pipe that is as essential to life in Egypt as the Nile itself. Established in 1773, the coffee house is one of the oldest and most celebrated in the city. In a land where time is measured by dynasties and distance by the setting sun, it's best to take things slowly and let Cairo work its magic on you.
All right, so a good little overview of Cairo. Hey, Weston, how are you? Can Weston hear me?
Hello.
How are you today, Weston?
I'm good.
That's good. Good to have you with us. You have myself and Ahisha here tonight. Oh, is your connection okay? I think Weston, can you hear me okay, Weston?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, yeah. And Ahisha, you can hear me okay?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
I can hear you.
Excellent. All right. So, Weston, we just watched the video on the destination Cairo. What country is Cairo in, Weston? Do you know?
Egypt.
It's in Egypt.
In Egypt. Yes, I knew you knew, Ahisha. I was asking Weston.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
You're bad. That's all right. Yes, Egypt. Exactly. So you saw most of the video, Weston. Weston, if you were going to Egypt, and in particular going to the city of Cairo, what would you like to see most of all, do you think? Weston.
The pyramids.
The pyramids. Why would you say the pyramids?
I like the Egypt is the I think the Egypt is better of the I don't really like the city, but I really like pyramids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. What interests you about the pyramids? Why do you like the pyramids?
It looks is humorous and it looks very special that you want to discover inside.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you can go inside actually, but yes, they do look incredible. I agree with you, Weston. If I was going to Cairo or to Egypt in particular, I would definitely, that'd be my highlight, to see the pyramids. How about you, Ahisha? You do the same?
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. I think it's something we always see growing up in books, brochures, magazines. The pyramids are so famous and so incredible, and they would just be awesome to see in real life, right? And what about you, Ahisha? Other than the pyramids, was there anything else that caught your attention in this video of what you'd like to see in Cairo?
I think there are a lot of museums.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably to also visit a museum as well.
Yeah. At the start, they talked about some of the mosques and temples you can see. And this form, was it at the, maybe, yeah, here they talked about just some mausoleums and the mosques that you can visit. For a lot of people, traveling incorporates looking at religious buildings. So mosques, mausoleums, you go to Italy, you go see the Vatican, you look at churches, things like this. Is that something you enjoy doing? Ahisha, like when you go traveling, do you like looking, because some people don't like it, but other people really love looking at churches or going to mosques and seeing the buildings. What do you think?
Actually, I also do the same. I also check out the church or mosque. So even though I'm not religious, but I will still take a look.
Yeah. What draws you to them?
Because they are famous.
Famous?
And and also if like local people, they also visit this place, I want to involving their daily life. I want to see why they really into this place.
Yeah. Different cultures, religion, in a lot of countries, religion and culture are very connected, aren't they? Especially in places like Cairo, where it's 90% Muslim. And the mosques and that are very much form part of the culture in their country as well. Similar to Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Weston, I want you to read a sentence for us because there's an expression here I want us to discuss. It's in sentence number 3. Can you read this for us, please? Straddling is the first word. Straddling.
Straddling the banks of the river Nile in the far north of the country, the city wears its history on its sleeve.
All right. So I'm going to come back to straddling, but the first thing I want to discuss is the last part of this sentence. The city wears its history on its sleeve. So we use this expression in English, wear something on our sleeve. Here it says Cairo wears its history on its sleeve. Weston, my question to you, what does this expression mean? The city wears its history on its sleeve. This is a sleeve on a shirt, a sleeve. What does it mean by this?
You can see lots of the place that would have the feature of his history, like.
That's a really great way of explaining it. How would you explain it, Aisha? Have you heard this expression
I'm
before?
Not really, but I think it's want to express the River Nile as where its history came from. A lot. They have a lot very long history. It's from River Nile. Yeah,
it's true. It's talking about the city. The Nile runs through the city. This sentence actually has it's got two different features. One, it talks about the Nile runs through the city, but also says the city wears its history on its sleeve. And Weston, you've got it absolutely 100% correct. It's an illustration. This sentence is sort of like a visual. If I wear something on my sleeve, everyone sees it about me. The first thing they see is what's on my sleeve. So it's very prominent. So when someone says, oh, I wear this on my sleeve, it's a big feature of who I am. So when they say it about a city, the city wears its history on its sleeve. It says, well, Cairo, the main feature of Cairo is history. It's such an old city. It's one of the main features of the city. We use this expression also when we talk about people. So maybe someone is very emotional. We say, oh, he wears his emotions on his sleeve. We use this expression a lot, talking about a person. Like they get angry easily, or they get upset easily. Or say, oh, that person really wears his emotions on his sleeve. It shows you see those emotions very clearly about a person. Yeah. It's a little expression that we use a lot in English that is talking about a prominent feature of something or of someone. Yeah. But good job, Weston. You nailed that explanation too. Straddling the banks. Straddling. What does straddling mean? Straddling.
I don't know.
Kukui. No, I'm pronouncing that right?
Similar, but I don't think it's the exactly meaning.
What does the Chinese word say?
You like hop on a horse and try to ride it.
Ride it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, same. It can mean the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When you straddle a horse, your legs go around the horse, right?
Yeah.
So you travel around the city.
Yeah. So like when you straddle something, your legs are tight to it. So it means you straddle. So it's close to it. It's like connected to it. Okay, that's what the word straddle means. So straddling the banks of the River Nile. What does that mean? Either of you can answer this.
Banks.
The banks? No. What's the banks of the river? Aisha, what's the banks of the river?
two sides of the river.
Yeah, yeah. So what does this sentence right here mean? This is talking about the city Cairo. What's it mean?
To walk through the river Nile.
Not quite. How do you understand it, Hisha? How would you explain this sentence, this line here? Straddling the banks of the river. Cairo is straddling the banks of the river Nile.
So Cairo is like located within the river Nile.
Yeah. So the city. Think about the city is riding the Nile. Like you ride a horse. The city is all around, encompassing the Nile River. Yeah. So that straddling is a great word picture, which like kind of explains that the city is all around the river, on both sides of the river, both of the banks. So Weston, the banks of a river is the land that comes and meets the river. That's the bank of the river. So yeah, a couple of interesting word pictures here used to explain Cairo. Ahisha, can you read the very first sentence for us, please?
Yeah. Cairo is a city of geographic chaos and hypnotizing charm.
Good job. Good effort. Good try. Okay, first word. Choreographed. Choreographed chaos.
Chaos.
Hypnotizing charm.
Hypnotizing charm.
Yeah, good job. So 2 more word pictures here to help us really visualize the city of Cairo. And I love both of these words. I think they're great. Choreographed chaos and hypnotizing charm. What do you think choreographed chaos means? Have a guess. You can try, Weston. What are you thinking, Weston?
It's a wonderful city and many feel that you can make there's a good feel.
Enlighten me. I'm interested to see what Google translates this to. What does Google Translate say?
Not very organized.
Okay.
Terrible organized.
Okay. That's what chaos is. So I want to separate these two. Okay. So now I've separated two. What's the translation for choreographed?
Planning.
Planning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what it means, so I don't know.
Bianpai.
Like design.
Empire.
Design and yeah.
Yeah, designed. Yeah.
To plan something, to design something.
Yeah. We use the word choreographed often when we talk about dancing.
Oh.
Yeah. So when we if there's a dance being organized, like a group of dancers, and they all dance together really beautifully, and there's a person there organizing it, like planning it all. That's called the choreography, or it's choreographed. So it's all planned to work perfectly together. So choreographed plan. So
it means that it's really beautiful and make you to be chaos.
This is the thing. It's all beautiful and planned, but what does chaos mean?
A mess.
Craziness, madness. Like everything's just, it looks like it's like unplanned. It's like everything is everywhere. It's chaos. So
you can see many wonderful things everywhere and make you feel chaos, feel mess.
Maybe. What do you think, Aisha? When we use the expression choreographed chaos.
Maybe they want to express the city. The city organized is not in order.
Yeah, absolutely. If you walk down the main street of Cairo, it's like hustle and bustle. It's like when you go to Bangkok, or Taipei is probably like that as well. It's just crazy. So many people, so much action happening, but it's all working. It's all like, it's actually, everything is moving quite smoothly. So we call that choreographed chaos. It looks like everything is crazy and chaotic, but it's actually all working quite well together. It's like it's been planned to work well. Yeah, so they call it choreographed chaos. Yeah. But what about hypnotizing charm? Hypnotizing charm. Again, let's pick at these words. First of all, hypnotizing. What does hypnotizing mean?
Like magician.
Mm-hmm. Like a magician. Yeah.
Like a magician. He can have some like little trick on you, and you feel like, oh, you believe whatever he did.
Yeah. And hypnotizing can be like, oh, like I'm lost my mind. This is just amazing. Yeah. He's hypnotizing. Weston, what does charm mean?
Have you feel that is special and make you feel that you interested?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's put those two words together. The city has a hypnotizing charm. What do you take from that? How would you explain that?
Very charming.
Mm-hmm.
And you lost your mind.
Absolutely. Exactly right. You'll lose your mind. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. You're like, oh, you lose yourself because you're so taken by how charming the city is. Yeah. So the interesting sentence, this very first sentence, I think, gives you a great understanding of the city of Cairo. I thought this opening sentence was great. That's a city of choreographed chaos and hypnotizing charm. A crazy city that's like, looks like it's just so much action going on, but it's amazingly beautiful at the same time. I think it's a pretty cool opening to the city. Okay, what else did we like about it? What is a dynasty? A couple of words picked out here. A dynasty. A land where time is measured by dynasties. Would anyone like to tell me what a dynasty is?
Phase.
A phase?
Sorry, then
That's destiny.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's good. That's a dynasty. Weston, before I put it up in Google Translate, would you like to take a guess? A dynasty.
It's like a different generation of the kingdom.
You've got it. You've got it. Well done, Aisha.
Oh, okay.
The Chinese dynasty.
Yeah, like the Chinese dynasties. Yeah, dynasty. Some people say dynasties. Some say dynasties. Yeah, just different pronunciation. Both are correct, but yes, dynasties. So, yeah, interesting that Cairo has is, since it's such an ancient city, has gone through many dynasties. All right. Some questions I'm going to ask you guys. Weston, how do you think the pyramids were built?
When I read the textbook before, it said that it's by many workers, many slaves to move the big rock and build slowly.
Yeah. I read that the pyramids were built before the invention of the wheel. They didn't have the wheel to transport the large stone blocks to the pyramids. They actually built sleds. So they put them on sleds because there's lots of mud and marsh to go through some really muddy areas. So they slided the rocks or the blocks to the area. It's just incredible how hard that would have been with the technology they had back in that time. Aisha, do you think the pyramids will be covered in advertising one day?
Well, that would be very cool.
You think?
Yeah.
Why would you say that? You think of
I think that would be very, yeah. I never thought about it, but I think probably a good idea to earn some money, especially Egypt is so poor.
Yeah. Oh, would you like to see it?
I don't want to see it. Maybe they can try the small pyramids first, not the main one. Because there are a lot of different pyramids. They don't need to do all.
Yeah. Okay. How would you feel if you got to Cairo, you're on a tour, you're like so excited to see the pyramids, you go and you have a look and there's a big Coca-Cola sign or a big McDonald's sign on the pyramid? What would you think?
So ironic.
Yes, it's very ironic. I'd be so disappointed. I'd be gutted, actually.
Yeah, very true, very true. But maybe for local people, maybe they find very interesting, and they never thought about this idea before.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think it'd be a good idea, Weston, for advertising on the pyramids?
Yeah, it may be a good idea.
Really? Why? Why do you say it'd be a good idea?
Pyramid cover to advertise the pyramids.
Yeah, if you went to the pyramids and you saw a big McDonald's sign on the pyramids, or you saw a big Coca-Cola or a big Nike tick on the pyramid, do you think that would be cool?
Oh, I thought it's to advertise people to go to pyramid.
No.
Not to advertise inside the pyramid.
No, covered with other companies advertising, like Nike, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, any of these.
And it will be Disneyland.
I think it would backfire on Egypt, because if tourism, people want to go and see the history. They wanted to make them feel like they're going back in time. I think if they see advertising, it will turn tourists away, and they will start losing. They will lose money, because the pyramids is all about tourism. So many people go just to see the pyramids. So if they spoil it, they're going to lose tourism. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But
then I think maybe we should keep the original features or the style, not then absolutely. It will be good.
Absolutely.
For some modern places like shopping mall or some new attractions, then it may have some advertise. But I think if you are not advertised to go to go to pyramid, but advertise outside or inside the pyramid, then I think it will be a little bit weird that the place should be old, then there's something that not really makes sense. Then suddenly have a new advertise.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Weston. It'd be weird. You think, Aisha?
Yeah, it would be funny, but yeah, if I'm tourist,
Yeah,
I will
funny.
find very disappointed. But
Yeah.
I think they can use like lighting show at night. They can
Okay.
like project the logo for the sponsor or something, which is okay.
Interesting. Yeah, man, that's a good way of utilizing the pyramids, perhaps. Yeah, good idea. Ahisha, would you like to spend a night alone inside one of the pyramids?
I know there is a tour. I spent a night outside. Outside you can see a pyramid, but in the desert,
Oh, really?
in the camp. Yeah, the night inside, because I think inside would be quite creepy.
Yes.
Because I believe there is like some mysterious spirits. Well, I think inside is something you cannot explain, but I think period is very full of mystery. So I dare not to be alone.
Yeah, they're tombs, aren't they? So there's still dead people buried inside these tombs.
Yeah. But
It's
if in the desert, you can see a pyramid at night, which is okay.
That'd be cool. Yeah, but you could camp out in the desert, and in the distance you see the pyramids. That would be super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there is such tour. They're doing it.
Really? That would be cool. I'd like to do that. Yeah. Weston, would you like to spend a night inside one of the pyramids?
Will be a little bit scary.
I think it would be spooky. The word we use is spooky.
Spooky.
Ooh, spooky.
And
Scary.
I heard some story that is cursed inside the pyramid, and there were people go inside cannot live, something like that.
Yeah. Weston, would you like to be an archaeologist working at the pyramids? An archaeologist. Do you know this word? Archaeologist.
Archaeology, to investigate the history.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a person who investigates history. Yeah, let's put that in there. Oh, this thing is archaeologist. Yeah, is that translation right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Person investigates. Yeah. Would you like to be an archaeologist and investigate the pyramids?
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Yeah. Why?
I think you can for my field is really interesting to investigate many different history that with many different style, and there are many different stuff to find different story happening in the past.
Yeah. One of my most my favorite movies is Indiana Jones. Have any of you seen Indiana Jones, the movies?
Yeah.
When I was growing up, these were my most favorite movies, and I always wanted to be an archaeologist because of these movies. Well, Indiana Jones was like the coolest guy in the world, and I just wanted to be just like him. So I would have loved to have been an archaeologist. Aisha, would you rather see the Taj Mahal or the pyramids?
Oh, that's so difficult because I want to see both.
Yeah. What would you want to see more? Have you seen either? Have you seen the Taj Mahal?
No, I haven't. I flew to Delhi for a lot of time, but I never see Taj Mahal. It's
Is
a
the Taj
pity.
Mahal in Delhi? Is the Taj Mahal in Delhi?
The nearest airport is Delhi, but
Is it?
actually you still have to take 4 hours drive
Right.
to see Taj Mahal. It's quite far away.
Yeah.
Well, maybe pyramid more,
Oh, why?
because I think Egypt is very difficult to. It's not really difficult, but compared to India, it's difficult to reach. You have to transport different flight to reach it, but India, if there is no COVID-19,
Yeah.
it's easy to travel to.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. They're both quite exotic for Australians. They're quite difficult to get to for us here in Australia. So I don't know. I think I'd prefer to see the Taj Mahal. I think.
I think Taj Mahal would be beautiful because like pyramid, if you see, because my friends say, oh, if you see every single day, it's different pyramid, you will say, oh, they look all the same.
Yeah. Which is amazing because the technology that they had to construct those things to make them all so perfect is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you see like every single day, you say, oh, this is blah 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 pyramid. You see another one pyramid. You just think, okay, but they are just look the same. But Taj Mahal, the design is so beautiful.
Yeah. Do you know where the Taj Mahal is, Weston? We kind of just talked about it, I guess, but do you know where it is?
I don't know where is Taj Mahal is.
Yeah. Which country?
I don't know where.
Oh, you don't know. You don't. It's in India. It's a very, very famous palace in India. It's got a really beautiful story too, doesn't it? It's a very romantic story. The emperor built it for not his wife. Was it for his wife?
Yeah, the first one.
His first wife. Yeah. I've read the story, but I've forgotten. There's a typical way, one of the windows you look out of, it's looking at a beautiful part of India or something that makes him think of his wife or something. I can't remember exactly the story, but it's a very romantic story, the Taj Mahal. Do you remember, Aisha?
I don't remember, but I know it's built for his wife, for her tomb.
Her tomb.
Tomb.
Oh, she's buried there, is she?
But she's buried there.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm not sure if they bury together or separated. I'm not sure.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I think the story behind the Taj Mahal would draw me there. I think that would be cool. To finish with, Aisha, what do you think what do you think Egyptians feel about their pyramids?
I think they definitely feel very proud of it. Okay. And a lot of people make a living for it.
Yeah, exactly. See, Australia, we have like Sydney, the Opera House, the bridge. We have Uluru, our big rock. What does Taiwan have? What's the big tourist attraction that Taiwan has?
Well, we have like, if in Taipei, there's like Taipei 101. It's very high, tall building. Mm-hmm. For nature side, there is national park called Teloko National Park, which is very stunning. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And for beach, there is very famous beach in South Taiwan called Kending. A lot of people do surfing there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, we are famous for different things, so it really depends on like if you want to see buildings or the nature or temples. We do have famous temples as well.
Yeah, you got it all. And Hong Kong has its harbour. That's probably the most beautiful thing about Hong Kong, and the skyline that you get in Hong Kong. That's the stunning thing about Hong Kong. All right, guys, thank you for coming along tonight and chatting with me. It was good to see you both, and I hope to see you guys again next week.
Good night. See ya.
Good night, Weston. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Night, Weston.